Hi, my name is Godfrey Nolan. Today we're going to talk about how to make your YouTube videos look more professional. Every month we live stream 2 meetups directly to YouTube. My philosophy has always been your content is never going to be perfect. You just need to get it out there. But a meetup audience is not the same as someone scrolling through a YouTube feed. But what if there was a way to polish the content after the fact? In this video, we'll focus on how to repurpose those live streams so they're more polished and engaging for anyone who views them later. Today, my focus is on re-recording YouTube videos to streamline and optimize our content. We'll look into the motivations behind this and the current pipeline we're utilizing, automating as much as we can. We'll explore how I tightened a 47-minute presentation down to a much cleaner 13-minute version by summarizing the transcript. And we'll also look at creating better designed PowerPoints using Gamma.app. The idea here is to get a more professionally looking YouTube without losing any of the message. We'll look at the before and after videos so you can make up your own mind. We'll also touch on how we can use this technique for adding multilingual support and A/B testing. And finally, all the resources and code can be found at the end of this YouTube. So what's my motivation here? Our monthly meetups are conversational. Sure, there's a lot of instruction, but we have questions and answers from our members. There are also other interruptions as I'm forever letting people into the meetup. That simply doesn't work for a YouTube audience. And things are moving so fast in this LLM world that we have to keep our content refreshed. For example, in our drone meetup, the ATAC library just got updated, so the entire presentation is pretty much useless. I'm not a voice actor. I have way too many ums and ahs. Also, a lot of the content can be really tightened up. You should be able to almost have the recording time on YouTube. Snappy recordings, good. Rambling recordings, bad. There's also no reason why we can't add any language ElevenLabs supports to create even more videos and extend our reach. My Spanish is rusty. My French isn't much better, but leveraging ElevenLabs means I don't have to worry about translations anymore. And finally, there have also been times that my demos have failed. Like last month when I needed play a recording and nobody could hear the audio. So we can fix those little mistakes when we re-record it. Let me share the links so you can experience this comparison yourself. On the left, we have the live streamed video where you can see many of the participants. And on the right, you have the re-recorded version showing the same slide. It's obviously a lot cleaner. My re-recorded voice might sound a bit stilted. It sounds like I'm reading from a script. However, ElevenLabs successfully manages to properly pronounce terms such as ChatGPT and OAuth 2. I didn't have to spell out a lot of things phonetically. In fact, any errors that I encountered were because of incorrect summaries, not because of ElevenLabs. Here's our pipeline to convert each recording. Our first step involves downloading transcripts from YouTube using the YouTube Transcript API. Following this, we manually timestamp start points for each slide in a video, which I'm really hoping to automate soon. We use an Excel spreadsheet to manage various elements, including determining if and when each new slide appears. Next, we summarize the audio transcript for each slide using ChatGPT. This becomes the script for our re-recordings. The slides are redesigned using Gamma.app. Again, even though it entails more manual work, it provides a more professional look. The next crucial step is creating a new synthetic voice, which is as identical to my voice as possible. To do this, you need to upload a few hours of videos to generate my synthetic voice. With the summarized script and synthetic voice in hand, we re-record the audio for each slide, merge the audio with the slides via the FFmpeg command line tool, and voila, we have our updated YouTube video. Finally, we add a call to action at the end of each video in the form of a request to subscribe to our newsletter. As I mentioned earlier, we'll be sharing all the code in the presentation. Here's the code for downloading the transcript and generating summaries. The code starts with the function generate summaries. This takes in the YouTube video ID. Next, we read where each slide starts from the spreadsheet. Summarize sends the downloaded transcript to ChatGPT, which turns it into bullet points. Our presentation folder contains the reworked PowerPoint and the Excel spreadsheet. Taking a look at the spreadsheet, what matters is the slide number, the start time column, and the skip keep column if you decide to skip any slides in the re-recorded version. The YouTube Transcript API allows us to pull the transcript and timings from our original video, and we can then split the transcript by slide number using the start time column in the spreadsheet. The original transcript for each slide is then sent to ChatGPT so it can summarize it into the most important information. This new summarized transcript is what we're going to pass to ElevenLabs, and it's what the listener is going to hear. Next up, we're looking to improve the PowerPoint to make it look more polished. We're using the Gamma.app website to redo the slides. There might be a more efficient way to do this, but for now, this is the solution I found to be effective. Let's look at an original slide and then the redesigned version in Gamma.app. Here's one of the original slides from the meetup. This is showing our posting cadence. Here's the same slide after Gamma.app converted it. The new slides often need to be tweaked, changing the layout, removing any extra text, or recreating a generated image. So although it can be time-consuming, I feel it does a great job and is a dramatic improvement on the original. There are lots of voices to choose from within ElevenLabs, but I want to get it to recreate my own voice using ElevenLabs. Otherwise, I would just have used OpenAI's Whisper. ElevenLabs, instant voice clones won't work. You're going to need a professional voice clone. The cheapest plan with a professional voice clone is $22 a month. You need a minimum of 30 minutes of your voice talking. I'd recommend a lot more. I uploaded hours of my YouTube videos. After processing, I was left with an impressively accurate clone of my voice, enhancing our videos with a personal touch. Once the voice is created and you're happy with it, copy the voice ID. We're going to need it in the next step. Let's break down the final tasks in our code, which you can find in the Step 2 Python file. We are left with the following tasks: edit summaries in case ChatGPT made any mistakes, split PowerPoint into images, convert the PowerPoint into PDF using a tool called LibreOffice, record the summaries for each slide. That gives us the audio, and then split each slide in the PDF into a PNG image file using ImageMagick. That gives us the video. Merge the audio and video for each slide, concatenate all the video files together, and that's what we're going to upload to YouTube. Remember, actively engage with these steps, as otherwise the redo is going to be full of mistakes. Do not switch off. Make sure it's human in the loop, not human on the loop. Here's the code for those steps. It's called in the following order: convert PowerPoint to PDF and images, generate all audio, which calls generate audio for each slide, generate videos, which merges the slide images with slide audio, and finally concatenate all videos into one file. Install LibreOffice and ImageMagick. We use LibreOffice to convert our PowerPoint into a PDF. This is the softest command. Then we use ImageMagick to convert the PDF into a series of PNG images. This is the convert command. Remember that we summarize the audio for each slide. Now we're going to create an audio file using that summary for each of the slides. Again, skipping the ones that we don't need. We make a call to ElevenLabs API with our voice ID and pass it in the summarized text. Click on your icon and then go to settings to get your API key. The stability was set at 0.5, indicating a bit of randomness, but nothing excessive. The similarity boost is set at a high 0.75, which closely resembles my actual voice. Lastly, this audio is saved, providing us with unique audio for each slide. We use FFmpeg to generate the video, which is just an MP4 of the slide PNG and the audio we just generated. We create a video for every slide. In the past, I found it very difficult to get FFmpeg to work. Now I just use ChatGPT to generate the FFmpeg command. Finally, we concatenate or merge all the videos together into one file, which is our final output. If you have any issues with ImageMagick, make sure it's been allocated enough memory, and also make sure you haven't disabled PDF inputs. You can find these settings in the policy.xml file. Let's talk about some caveats with this process. This is not yet perfect by any stretch. ElevenLabs still inserts some ums and ahs. I guess I trained it to add them when I uploaded so much audio. Double check everything so you don't make mistakes and get bad reviews. There are still plenty of manual steps in the process, such as editing summaries and fixing the slides from the Gamma app. ElevenLabs is $20 per month, and Gamma is $10 per month. We also use OpenAI API for summaries, but that's pennies. So what's next? What can I change to make this better for me and my viewers? I need to add more automation, otherwise I'm never going to redo all my videos. Currently, the plan is to redo videos with the most views. I'm using Windows Systems Linux, and I'd like to get this all working on Windows 11. There are other voice options, but I haven't found one that will clone my voice, and I don't want to use someone else's voice. Interestingly, I've tried recreating the video in Spanish and French, and ElevenLabs does a great job. Now it's so much easier to recreate the videos. I can do A/B testing to see what works and what doesn't work with my YouTube audience. Finally, I'd like to add less static and more dynamic content on the slides, but that's for another day. But here are the links to ElevenLabs, Gamma, LibreOffice, ImageMagick, and the code we use to re-record everything. If you liked our video, then there's more where that came from. Scan the code and join our newsletter to stay connected with the latest innovations from Reese.